You guys might remember this video right here where we dove into the CFS system for the K2 Plus because I was having a feeder issue on slot number 4, or D as the CFS signifies it as. Now, I was able to figure out the problem and fix it because one of the biggest questions I've been getting is, was I able to resolve it, how I resolved it, and what happened from there. Not only was I able to fix it so that it's functioning now, but Creality did also send me a spare motor so that I could have it in case the fix didn't work. But let's dive into what had gone wrong, how I fixed it, and that way you guys might be able to diagnose it yourself. I'm not a professional 3D print mechanic or technological person at all, so please take my journey as advice, not the how-to video, and know that if you're working on your own machines, you could risk warranties or other things. But other than that, guys, let's jump into it. Also, real quick, as a side note, I actually did end up buying a second K2 Plus with CFS, so clearly I love this machine and I will continue to love this machine. I think I have a lot of thoughts about Creality as a company and this machine as a whole, but that'll be for a later video. And before we get any further, if you guys are enjoying all of this 3D printing stuff, the Utah Honest vlog that we started, make sure you press that subscription button so you guys can always get the new updates of videos. Press the bell icon to get notified. And as always, comment down below what kind of videos you want to see next. What things do you want to see me print on the K2 Plus? But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so I've never done like one of these like POV slash look at what I'm doing down here videos, but this is the box we got from Creality. This is the replacement part. I'll show you what's inside because again, it's pretty telling about what is going on. So you do get some replacement Bowden tubing for the feeder in case you need to do that. So that's really nice of them to be able to do that. So let's get into the package here. So if we open up the package, I'm going to go over with you guys what went wrong in mine, how I decided to fix it, and why I would recommend not doing that. But if you guys are in a pinch and you feel like you need to do it, that's okay. So if you guys remember, we were having issues here inside of this feeder. Like it was going into the feeder, but it wasn't like pushing from here down to the second feeder. If I were to manually push it through, it would work totally fine. When I started taking this all apart, I can take this motor off, this comes out, and then this wheel is independent on this axle right here, you can see. And if you pull this out, this middle part can come out. And this is 3 different gears here. You can see they're all right here. When you have them engaged, they work like this, except that it doesn't turn, which is a good thing. It shouldn't be turning because of how this is all worked together. But there's these 3 gears right here that are inside of this swivel part. I'm not a Creality guy. I'm not even a mechanical guy. Like I fixed cars for a long time, but like I don't know the words of things. So just work with me here. What was wrong is this middle gear is attached to this metal axle rod. It's attached in a way that you can see if I move this just a little bit, they move together because it's tied into this metal axle rod. What had happened somehow, don't know how, is it had stripped itself inside of this gear. I don't know if I had an entanglement that pushed it too far through. I don't really know what happened to cause it to strip itself out. But what happened was when I took mine apart, I was able to move this gear and this middle gear wasn't moving. In fact, I could see the back right here where there's a lock washer and everything, and I could see that all spin and this could all spin, but that middle gear wasn't spinning, so it wasn't attached. So what I had to end up doing was very, very sketchy. I ended up pulling this all apart, and I had this piece outside of itself. And what I ended up doing, again, I wouldn't recommend this, is I took one of these like fine nozzle points with super glue, and I super glued the inside of that gear shaft with this part taken out. So this gear and this axle come out as one piece. It was out. I had this part, this swivel part, independently over on the side. I was putting glue on the inside of that gear. It kind of looks something like this. This is from a totally different part of a machine, but I was putting the glue on the inside where the rod would go. And then I very quickly put it all together, and then I used CA glue. So I used my spray and then sprayed the inside of that, and it worked. It was glued in enough that it's been working ever since. The machine's over there. This is the spare one. And that's what solved my issue, was basically just the fact that this rod right here, again, just so you guys know, this wheel and this rod are together, like they're connected together. It's one piece, and then it should also be a piece with this middle gear on this swivel column right here. This piece, this gear, and this rod should all be connected. They shouldn't be moving independently. If you move this, this should move. If you move this, this should move. But if you're moving this, rotating it, and this isn't moving, your problem is inside of here, inside of that column where it should be connected. Again, my fix of putting super glue in here, probably not the best idea. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was probably a really, really bad idea. But I put it in there, I got it together. I was able to put the lock back on my other machine, because this is just one of those push washer locks. So I was able to put that back on the other one. Everything's back together. It's working currently. I don't know how long it's going to work. I don't know the longevity of how long the solution's going to work. I'm just being honest with you guys. But when it does stop working, I have the spare part from Creality, so I'm able to do that. They were super nice. They were super, super helpful. It's super easy to, you guys saw the video on how to take these out. It's super easy to replace this, which is something I'm extremely grateful for. Again, they give you replacement Bowden tubes too, so you can just know you're confidently starting from fresh, which is awesome. So that's how that happened. That's where the solution was. Again, just to reiterate, it was, for me, it was this center gear here was not connected to this axle anymore the way this gear was. So when this was spinning, this gear was not spinning, which is what's feeding it. If you look under here, this gear, when it's this, there's a gear down here, which is the feeder gear. When this gear is down, this needs to spin, and this middle gear needs to spin this, which feeds it down through here. Because this wasn't spinning, it wasn't moving, and that was the issue. So hopefully that helped. I hope. Okay, so there you guys have it. That is how I fixed my slot number 4 feeder motor for the CFS. Like I said, I don't know the longevity of how long this is actually going to work. But that's why I have the spare part. So don't do this, I guess, unless you really have no other choice. But honestly, my advice is don't do it this way. Just contact Creality, let them know your feeder motor's not working. You know now why it's not working, and they'll get you a replacement part. That is how I fix it, though. So in case anybody really feels the need to do it, they can. But again, I'm not responsible if you mess up your machine. This is just how I fixed it. I took that risk. I just want you guys to be aware of that. But as always, thank you for watching. I'm basically Bensky. Mistakes make magic, baby.